about, I guess, maybe the second, maybe if not the most popular question I get in a given day. I want to build arms. I want to get big arms. And I can understand that. That's very important. It's one of the very few body parts that you're revealing all the time. So you want that. You want the guns to be out, even if they're not being used. You want to show them. You want them. You know, that's like one of the most impressive body parts. Unless you're at the beach, right? Then you want that body part to be your abs. But we're talking about arms here today, right? So for most guys, one of the first things they want when they start lifting is they want big arms. So everyone asks me, well, what do you do for arms, man? I'm working out a lot. I'm doing a lot of this and a lot of that. I'm doing a lot of curls, right? I'm doing concentration curls. I'm doing dumbbell curls. I'm doing barbell curls. And man, it just doesn't grow. So I'll cut right to the chase. Arms don't grow from the arm exercises you do if you're natural. If you're taking stuff, you can just lay down and sleep and your arms will grow, right? That's a different thing altogether. If you're a natural athlete, if you're young, if you're, a beginner, and if you want to build it right, the way you're going to keep it. I'm 51 years old. I only work arms 1 day a week. 1 day a week. And I'm totally natural, and I still have my arms, right? I would bet you if you go to guys who are 51 years old and have been taking stuff since they were in their 30s, I guarantee you they don't look like me today. If they do, they're still taking stuff and their liver's about to collapse and they're going to die any day soon, right? But that's besides the point. I'm talking natural. I'm talking arms. All right, so let's get to it. If you want to build arms, you got to work arms heavy. In other words, I'm not telling you to put 500 pounds on a barbell and curl it. That alone is simply not going to do it. If you look at my other videos, I talk about one thing all the time. If you're a natural lifter, your best friend are the heavy compound exercises, right? The compound exercises make your body produce more testosterone while you're working out. It only gives you it only gives you more testosterone while you're working that muscle, while you're taxing the muscle, while you're doing those multi-joint movements, which are also known as compound movements. And after that, about an hour later, it's gone. It subsides, your body goes back to stasis, right? Your body has a tendency to equalize everything. So what it produces now, it will get back to normal very soon if that stimulus isn't there anymore. So what you want to do in the gym, and say you want to specifically aim at arms, you want to do those compound movements. Listen to this part. You want to do those compound movements that include the arms directly, right? So that not only are you using heavy weights, but you're also including the arms at the same time, and I'll name them. Number one in the list of exercises that I know help my arms to grow are your pull downs, right? Anytime you're pulling down for your back, any exercise that you're using for your back, right? Any type of pulling movement, any type of rowing movement, this way or this way, preferably this way, because you see the supinated grip, right? Tenses that muscle, right? Makes this come in line. The pronated grip will do along here, and they're all good, right? But any pronated grip, if you're doing your pull downs and you want to definitely aim at your biceps, use a supinated grip, right? Supinated means palms turned towards you. Pronated means palms turned away from you, right? That will work. When it's turned away from you, it'll work out here, right? When it's turned towards you, it'll work in here, right? So lat pull downs either this way or this way. You should do them both. Close grip will work the inner. Wider grip will work the outer. And then you can do a pronated a supinated pull down, right? And get directly to the biceps, right? That's biceps. Any pulling back movement, even deadlifts, right, will work the biceps, right? That's the biceps. Now you go to the triceps. The triceps are an actual bigger muscle. 3 heads to this muscle, only 2 heads to this. Tri. Okay. Any heavy pushing movement will work the triceps. Anytime you do benching, right? So say you want to do benching and get more focus on the triceps, you bring the grip closer. The farther out you go, the more chest you use on a benching, right? The closer in you come, the more triceps you use, right? So if you want to focus more on the arms, more on the triceps during your benching movements, bring the arms in closer, right? My personal favorite, and I believe my triceps are really, really good. Because I was a natural pushing person, right? Most people are divided into pulling people or pushing people. Pushing people are more prone towards heavy movements, right? Pulling people are more prone towards quick, fast, not so heavy movements, right? Pulling people have bigger biceps, naturally. Pushing people have bigger triceps, naturally. You'll always know this. That's besides the point. I'm digressing once again. Okay, so to get the arms, you do pull downs for your lats, right? But bring it in closer, right? So that more of the stress is on the biceps. But turn it in, supinate it, right? Instead of having it like this, supinate it and pull down, and you will focus more on the biceps. Now, why those exercises? Of course, the fact that you can do a ton more weight, right? If you look at the amount of weight that you can pull, right, in a pull down, and the amount of weight you're gonna curl, there's a big difference. Over 100 pounds more, right? So what you're doing as you're pulling down that weight, you're using a lot more muscle. You're using this muscle, this muscle, this muscle, back muscle, lower back, stomach to hold you in place. You're taxing your central nervous system. And as a result, your body's producing a ton more testosterone. That's the key. That's the key to everything that I teach in my videos that I put on my YouTube channel, right? So what you do, all right, so you do the heavy pull downs. You do the heavy pushing, right? So you're working this and this with heavy. And as soon as you're done, or take them in pieces. So you're doing your pulling, right, for the biceps. As soon as you're done with 2 or 3 heavy sets of pulling, you go right away, you go to your light weights and you do some shaping movements. You go to your concentration curls, right? And you do the concentration curls. You go to your wrist curls and do the wrists right away. There's tons of testosterone flowing in your system. It will help these small muscles. It'll help this muscle, right? It'll help the one in the back here. It'll help this one. It'll help that one. So use the testosterone boost from the heavy lifting and then go right into your shaping and blood pumping movements, right? Use light weights, right? And then just pump it up. Use dumbbell curls. Just pump it. And you'll use the heaviness of that weight the heavy weight that you use have broken down the muscle, right? And now the light weights are going to flood it with blood. Testosterone is going to help with protein synthesis. And that's going to help rebuild muscle right away, right? That's this muscle, and then you do the same with the pushing. As soon as you know. Now, I've got something for you on the pushing, right? I believe that the best tricep exercise you can do, right? And I've got pretty decent triceps, right? I'd like to think I was born with them, but I don't think so. I think it's all the dips that I did when I was young, right? Get on the dip bar and do dips. You probably won't even need to do benching if you do a lot of dips. And many gyms will have the belt that you can add weight to it, right? To get heavier and heavier and heavier. That's the way the chest is kind of made. It's made to push down a lot. You can push a lot more force downwards than you can this way, right? It really wasn't meant to do that much. A lot of tiny muscles come into play when you do this, right? But when you push down, that's where power is generated. And that's how you know you can use the heaviest weight. And that's the movement that's going to give you the biggest bang for the buck in terms of testosterone release, right? So do dips, do heavy dips. You don't have to go 20, 30 reps. Go 10 to 12, go 8, 9, get some heavy weights in there. And there are machines that do dips really well. And I do that. And I put that in one of my videos on my YouTube site. I barely ever do flat benching anymore. Still got my chest, but it's all from the dips. And of course, you keep your triceps, right? In my opinion, and if you do the dips, right? If you do it with a wide grip, you'll work the chest. But if you do it with a narrow grip, right? You'll work the triceps. And in my opinion, that is the best size developer for a tricep. You flex, you get on that machine and you push down and feel the tricep. And I tell you, there is no way any other machine or any other exercise can compete with that exercise for growing triceps, right? So that's the biceps, that's the triceps, and as soon as you're done, right, while testosterone is still flowing in your system, you get on a bar and you work the wrist. Do some wrist curls, do some reverse wrist curls, right? While you're doing your light pumping exercise for your biceps, after you're done with the heavy, do the reversed curl. That works this muscle here. So you want to complete this entire arm. You don't want to have big biceps and triceps and tiny forearms. That looks like shit, right? It doesn't look strong. You got to have power in that body, right? Anytime you're lifting anything heavy, anytime you're doing holding a heavy bar, right? So you're doing traps, you're doing bent over rows, you're doing deadlifts. If you use just your hand without straps, you will have to grip that bar with your own strength. Every time you grip a heavy bar, you are using forearms, right? So anyone who wants to build forearms, get rid of the straps. Straps are not natural. You're not going to go anywhere with that, right? It'll allow you to lift a heavy weight, but you're sacrificing your grip strength to get strength in your body, and you're just sacrificing one for the other, right? The difference between a man and any other, a strong man and a weak man, is the grip strength. This is the most important thing you can do as a man. So why would you sacrifice that and use straps? You want to be able to grip and pick up 300-400 pounds with your hand. It's hard. Things about to fall out of your hands. But that will grow some monster, right? Forearms. And that's where your strength is. That's where your strength is for holding, controlling, arm wrestling. Use it, right? So I've covered today bicep, tricep, forearms, right? Use the heavy lifting technique and then follow that up right away with light weights and max it out with high reps on those light weights, right? So that's it. Anyone wants to know how to build arms, that's the secret right there. That's all I do. I only work arms 1 day a week, right? So it's not rocket science. And I'm not going to tell you what to eat, right? That's for bodybuilders. I'm not a bodybuilder. I like to lift weights and I want to get jacked, and I want to help people who want to get jacked do the same thing. That's all I do on my channel here, all right? So if you like what you're hearing, you want to subscribe, please do so. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay in touch for the new videos that I post all the time, all right? That's it. I'm your bro. I'm here for you. Bro Science Mo.